standing in all by themselves for a whole mess. Okay. Now this is the lights out cue.
Considerable number of them can match the position.
It says it's 29. Just give you a cue.
But right there, that's it.
No, not yet. Not yet, Vernon. They hand you their coat. Okay, Jonathan, Bobby, you're all set. Now, Vern, you know the butler's part. Okay, for now. Now, Tech, if we can keep it quiet, only talk when you need to, please.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to walk through for positions for now, so technical can see what's up. Oh, you won't be slowing down when you get here. Take your stride all the way to
Got a fresh take?
Yeah. Vern, thank you. Thank you.
Now, Vern.
Vern and Cindy.
Cindy?
Thank you very much.
Where's Jay?
All the way off. In fact, walk all the way to the mic stand.
Good evening. This is Bob Clark welcoming you again to CINEKYD Theater. What a show we have in store for you tonight. You're going to be seeing a brand new student-made film. We're going to take you into our photo lab to talk to one of our still photographers. A little later in the broadcast, a tour conducted personally by young Mr. Dave Trachtenberg, and of course the next exciting chapter of The Ghost of Telford Mansion. So stay tuned. You found the right spot. This is CINEKYD Theater. Well, to begin tonight's version of CINEKYD Theater, we thought you might enjoy seeing our campus. You know, we're very, very proud of home base in Willow Grove. It's where everything is done. The shows are produced, photographs are processed. I guess the most important thing is that our boys and girls and their moms and dads have actually modified this facility. They've done the building and the wiring and the lighting and things of that nature, and I think you're going to find it very, very interesting. To provide you with a behind-the-scenes look at CINEKYD itself, here's Dave Trachtenberg.
Hi, I'm David Trachtenberg on CINEKYD Theater, and this week we're going to take a tour of the CINEKYD movie studios. Right now we're in the Gordon Audion, which was named in honor of Professor Roger L. Gordon of Temple University. The Gordon Audion is where our family movie nights are held once a week on Saturday nights. Now, let's take a walk upstairs and we'll visit the sound lab, where we'll be talking to one of their technicians. Right now we're in the sound lab. This is where the CINEKYD Radio Playhouse is taped, and other sound, projects are done here. Richard Platt is one of the sound technicians, and he works on the Radio Playhouse. Rich, what do you do on the Playhouse? What do you?
Well, I do sound effects and music.
When you're doing sound effects, what are some of the things that you do?
Well, we go into the room that's over there, and we watch the director and wait for our cues, and we do the effects that need to be done for the show.
What are some of the things that are used to make the sound effects?
Well, we have little rubber plunges for hoof beats. We have wooden dowels for footsteps. We have chains for crashes and stuff like that.
How did you get started in the sound department?
Well, when the Radio Playhouse first started, Mr. Clark was taking volunteers, and he needed volunteers for sound effects, and I raised my hand. I've been doing it ever since.
Thank you, Richard. Now I'm going to take a walk down the hall. Now we're in the graphics animation department. One of the graphic artists here at CINEKYD is Mike Wilson, and he's an experienced graphic artist. And let's talk to him and see what he has to say. Mike, how'd you get interested in graphics?
Well, my brother started back in '77, I think, and like in movie nights, I started doing mails and stuff. And then I guess I just started laminating. I just helped out a little bit, so I started, I guess.
And how long have you been, working here?
About 3 or 4 years.
What are you working on right now? This sign back here.
This is a sign for the bazaar that's coming in October 24th, the Western Roundup Bazaar.
What are some other projects besides, this type of sign?
We do movie credits, credits for movies. We laminate articles. Other drawings and stuff.
Well, Mike is a graphic artist, but the other half of the graphics crew is the animation department, which is over here. Eric Curlin, who I'm going to speak with now, is making miniatures. What are you doing right now?
This is a scale miniature of the CINEKYD building that you're in right now.
What is this going to be used for, the miniature?
It's for the movie that we filmed this past summer called Gargantua.
And how long did it take you to make this? I mean, it's very detailed and.
I've been working on it for a long time, about a half a year.
And they're going to animate with it?
There's a teddy bear that is going to be animated across this.
Thank you, Eric. Well, now let's move on to a different department of CINEKYD. Right now, we're in the makeup and costume salon, and we're going to talk to the leader of the crew, Peggy Rastiella. Peggy, how'd you get interested in makeup and costumes?
Well, I used to do it a long time ago. I used to work for a shop in Jenkintown and do makeup for the shop, and did a couple shows. And I've done a number of films here, and I continue to work in it.
And what does the crew do?
We're responsible for putting all the makeup together for all the film and television productions that are done here.
What are some of the, the recent projects that have been done?
Well, we did a seminar on age makeup, and we've gone over basic makeup techniques, and we've done makeup for Uncle Flywheel and Telford Mansion. And we're going to be doing a number of ongoing projects with different types of space makeup and that kind of thing. We get into creatures and things like that.
This is the sound editing suite, where all of the CINEKYD films are edited. They're put together and then made ready for a presentation of it. Right now, you're looking at the sound editor, which was just used for Whiplash and is now being used to edit Gargantua. The two editors are Chris Wilson and Mark Weaver. Chris, what is involved in sound editing?
Well, first we must catalog the film, which is writing down what's on the film, down paper. Then we video edit, which is our rough copy, like, as you would say, of the film. But it's on video, so we don't make any mistakes on the film. Then we film edit when we match action and match sound, and we put the film in sequence at the end. Okay?
Mark, how did you get interested in sound editing and editing?
Well, I saw a CINEKYD film, and the way it was put together, and I wasn't sure exactly how they did it. So I asked someone about it, and I thought it was really neat how they actually cut the film and put it together with like a splicer, whatever they used. And then I got really interested in it, and I moved up. I got a couple editing projects, and I moved up to doing the winter track production, The Hole in the Wall, with Chris.
And Chris, the same question to you. How did you get started?
Well, I used to watch people a lot when they did things. I didn't have much other things to do because I was a little kid. But then I was really interested, and I got a project, The Hole in the Wall, and then I moved on from there, getting different projects.
There must be problems in sound editing, Mark. What are some of them?
Well, the biggest problem with sound editing is that on sound film, the picture and the sound are apart. They're not in the same places. And when you cut it, you have to make sure the picture is the same and the sound is the same. They have to match action and picture. Another when the film, wherever the film runs, there's going to be dust, and you don't want that to scratch the film. So you have to keep the dust off of it. It's called dust off. Spray it in there, and it gets the dust out of there.
How would you, overcome some of the problems that Mark mentioned?
Well, my main problem is when actresses and actors mismatch actions. And when they mismatch actions, you have to cut to a different shot and make sure they match actions. And it has to look good and everything. And so you change the shot, make sure it looks good, and make sure the sound is right and everything.
What's mismatched action? What?
Well, that's when people, in one shot, they could be standing up. In another shot, they could be sitting down, even though it's not that exaggerated.
Yeah, that's probably a problem to make the film look good.
Yes.
That's neat. Thanks, Chris, and thanks, Mark. Well, that's the sound editing suite, and that's the sound editor, but let's see something else now. Right now, we're in the Electronic Services Division. The head of the crew is Mr. Abbott, who is now working on a tape recorder and trying to fix it. Mr. Abbott, what does the crew do here?
Well, we maintain all the equipment here at CINEKYD and also bring in some work from other sources. Some of the kids in our program have a chance to learn how to troubleshoot equipment, repair stereos, televisions, tape recorders, whatever really needs fixing.
That looks pretty intricate. Is it hard to work in?
Well, sometimes the problems are difficult. This one's a rather difficult problem, but we always hope to find the easy ones and the quick solutions.
Thank you, Mr. Abbott. Well, that's mainly what the Electronic Services Division do. Now let's visit another area of CINEKYD. Right now we're in the darkroom of the still photography area. We're going to talk with Jill Degenhard, who is a still photographer here at CINEKYD. How did you get interested in still photography?
When I first joined CINEKYD, I noticed that they had a dark room, and I liked working with cameras, so I decided to try the still photography crew.
What did you learn when you first started?
Well, first you actually learn how to use the camera, and you use black and white film, so you learn how to develop the film yourself, and then print it.
What are some of the projects that recently you've been working on?
Right now, we're taking enlargements, and that we took ourselves with the camera and are putting them up in the bulletin board downstairs in the audion.
Okay, thanks. Do you do any color work in the darkroom?
Right now we're actually getting into a Cibachrome, which is taking, instead of a negative, a color slide and making a print from it.
Thank you, Joe. Well, this is a still photography area, but now let's move on. Right now we're in the studio area. This is where the two series on CINEKYD Theater are taped. Right across from me is the Uncle Flywheel set, and what I'm in right now is the Ghost of Telford Mansion, one of their sets. The two series are taped with 4 cameras, which are located over there, and they're controlled in the video control room, which is located next to the sound lab. There's a video deck in there, which controls what's going on out here. Well, that's all for our tour this week. But next week, we're going to have something better than this week, as every week. See you next week on CINEKYD Theater.
At this time, I'd like to invite you, if you're an amateur filmmaker and would like to share your efforts with our audience, we would be very willing to take a look at what you've done. I suggest that you give our offices a call at 659-4696. Remember, our campus is located at 129 Turwood Road in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. So this is an invitation from CINEKYD to all the student filmmakers in our viewing audience. Share your work with us. Give us a call. And now, I'd like to invite you to step behind the scenes with us and take a look once again at just what's involved, not in the making of a movie, but in the production of a television show.
This week is another chapter of the Gothic horror serial, The Ghost of Telford Mansion. Each Tuesday night, the boys and girls of the track program rehearse the 2 or 3 scenes for the week's installment. Then the following night, during the track session, the scenes are videotaped. Each student is assigned to a special crew for the taping. One of these specialties is the makeup and costumes crew. Not only are the makeup costumes artists responsible for creating the designs for each character in Telford Mansion, but during the taping, they must brush up any of the actors who have perspired under the hot lights. The hardest part, though, is working under the tight deadlines. Last-minute details are usually rushed, but the makeup and costumes must still look professional on camera. This is true of the rest of the crew as well. Each track session runs 2 hours, of which approximately 90 minutes is allotted to the taping of the television episode. This may seem like plenty of time, unless you've ever been in a TV studio. So many problems arise which can cause delays. Some nights at track, the 90 minutes go by like 90 seconds. It's a little more relaxed down the hall in the graphics area. Not that there's little going on, but the time isn't quite as tight. Here, the boys and girls of Track's graphics crew are at work on miniatures and titles for a half-dozen productions at once. Most of them are working on miniature buildings for Gargantua, this past summer's feature film project. These miniatures have been built to scale, based on real buildings in the area. They will be matched up with footage of the real counterparts in the movie. So when the audience sees an actor in front of the real building, then sees an overhead shot of the miniature, it will look just like the real scene from a helicopter. Other graphic artists are working on the mansion seen at the beginning of each episode of Telford Mansion. And the young artist you see using the airbrush here is painting the eerie lunar backdrop which will be seen behind the mansion.
Back there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm getting funny color. I mean,
Lisa, never do that to somebody.
Oh my god.
It's starting to look bad.
Peggy, I need a brush.
It's almost all completely out of your eyes now. Peggy, yes. Important. What does this look like? It looks like Vern with her hair sticking up in the back. I'm trying Don't kill her. I'm trying It's alright, just brush it so it's smooth. Okay,
Peggy, I need a
down.
brush.
Just brush right behind you.
Yeah, fine. What's the trouble? This is not working.
I don't want to catch it.
Denise White, and I'm here interviewing Joe McMahon. And I'd like to ask you, how did you get involved with CINEKYD?
I was told about it by some friend.
And how long have you been coming here?
I just started coming this year.
Okay. What are you doing here at CINEKYD?
I'm working in graphics.
And what do you do in graphics?
I designed the cabin for Uncle Flywheel's workshop.
Is doing something like that difficult?
It takes a lot of time because you have to make the whole house in toothpicks. Half Go by this line, yeah.
This line.
First line. Go by the first line.
Okay, so it should go to here, right?
Pledge handle, pledge handle, mushroom handle.
Okay. What we're going to try to do is take the knife and cut.
And use a little smaller brownie.
What are you gonna make?
Like race
I haven't done it. Do you want to go to see the house?
Oh, really? We're going to make this house modified. Don't throw away the mouse.
I can get live since it screams really loud.
She told you to do that, right? Why?
What is it for day?
Okay.
You can play with. No. I'm trying to conserve the
One like that.
They
Right?
shine
fire though.
Can you see the Be careful.
That is funny. I saw that one. The
I know it's works, but logically,
Instead
there's no
of
reason
showing
that
that
it should
Muslim
work.
family
Because
to the ghetto.
if you think about this sensibly, the roof covers
All over the floor.
the width of the house, really, right? So to do that, it has to be long, right? It has to be as long, right? Such is the case. By putting the pieces together, flat roof, by putting two pieces together, should logically, right? Does that make sense?
I mean, both little boys watching the
If it fits
show.
here, it fits under
I
it.
was,
Let's
Detective thing. Go ahead, Donna.
Now, Miss Fenstermacher, I want to ask you if you have any idea what's going on here at the studio. It started with the front gate meeting, and a missing hanging, and a mysterious gun, and a Massachusetts peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yes, Donna. I've been giving it some thought. I believe our answers may lie in the library.
The library?
Yes. Follow me. Mr. Carter,
Yes, Miss Fenstermacher.
have you found it?
Yes, I believe I have. I'll be right down.
Isn't that Sinclair Carter, the studio special effects wizard?
Exactly, Donna. He's been doing a bit of research for me. What did you find, Sinclair?
Well, it's quite fascinating, really. Although I don't know quite how to explain that.
The painful death. Tooth extracted, even if you don't want it. Oh, shut up.
Never heard of any of it.
You heard of us? The Loomis brothers. I'm Donald. I'm Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Right, look. See the left?
So that's me, Frank.
Yeah, real fat.
We're the notorious members of this new father.
Wait it, Loomis. I'll punch you again.
Lonnie, does she have to be part of the gang?
Just give my rope back and I'll go home.
Yeah, we're using it to tie up these law-abiding citizens. Keep them captive here in our hideaway.
Then I'm staying.
Come on, fellas. This is ridiculous.
Too late, Drew. Say goodnight to the fix.
Go ahead, Drew.
Well, good night.
We'll go over that in more detail next week.
But first,
But first, just one little thing while I'm working something out.
Have Mr. Abbott tell you.
Some of you have started to do characterizations for the Calamity Gang. I want more. I want more. Not too cartoony,
Because that was the
Dave.
first time we were going
I'd
over
rather
it.
have it big and then tone it down. Tone it down a little bit. Okay. But and yours is fine. The rest of you, I'd like some more. I'd like more of a Calamity Kid. I want more of a desperado and a cutthroat kind of thing. Not tiger and a cowboy.
First scene from the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one scene, all right? Because we had to tilt down because you're getting the mic shadow in the back. Before it was just, all you had to do was zoom out.
Now what's the matter?
It's locked.
What do you mean it's locked?
Well, good night, folks. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in every week.
It's amazing, and sometimes utterly incredible, just how many kids can be involved in so much. And now the results of their effort. For those of you who were with us last week for the first exciting chapter of The Ghost of Telford Mansion, you will recall that when we left, Aunt Zelda had made a threat. We rejoin our friends for Chapter 2 of The Ghost of Telford Mansion.
They've come to take my home away, but we'll see. We'll see.
we don't want to take anything away from you, Aunt Zelda.
It's been a long time, Jonathan.
15 years.
That is a long time. Long before this one was born.
His name is Bobby. He's my brother.
How do you do, ma'am?
Quite well, thank you. You may be seated. This seems to be an embarrassing situation.
Aunt Zelda.
It's quite all right. You see, you've inherited this land nice and legal. But there's only one problem. I don't intend to give it up.
But there are some legal precedents.
Ha! I don't care about legal precedents. This is your home for the meantime, so you may make yourselves comfortable. Faith will tend to your needs. Now, if you will excuse me.
I'm sorry about what just happened.
That's all right. She's just tired. We'll see what happens in the morning.
Yes, Winston will get it. The refreshments are coming.
Do you have any baggage?
Oh, yes. Winston left it in the hallway.
Well, I guess
Ms. Darlene Benton, I resume.
Faith, darling, how are you? Who's he?
This is Jonathan Telford.
How do you do, man?
Charmed, I'm sure.
His brother Bobby.
Cute, cute, very cute.
And of course you know Mr. Cromwell.
Ah, yes, hello.
You'll have to excuse them. They were just about to retire for the evening.
Oh, they're staying here?
It's a long story.
I've got all evening.
I'm sure you're quite tired.
Frankly, we are pretty tired.
I'll have Winston show you to your room.
In your bags over there. So would you please follow me?
Well, I guess you ladies want to be alone. I'll be leaving.
Yes, it was so nice seeing you. Now tell me all about him.
He is nice, isn't he?
Oh, yes.
Just hope nothing happens.
Gentlemen, your room. I'm sure you'll find everything in order, and of course, please ring if you need me. Good night.
Are we really gonna sleep here tonight?
Sure, it's our home.
Johnny, is this place haunted?
No, it's not haunted. That kind of stuff only happens in the movies.
What about Aunt Zelda?
What about her?
Is she a witch?
Come on, Bobby. Have some respect. She's your aunt.
She's weird.
Now, Bobby, just get ready for bed. Everything will be better in the morning.
Join us this weekend for our family movie night presentation and get a pair of glasses free. 3D glasses, that is. Yes, once again, CINEKYD brings to the screen a science fiction treat in its original form. It came from outer space, with all the depth and realism only possible in 3D. And since our special 3D movie nights are always such a huge success here at CINEKYD, It Came from Outer Space will run for 4 shows, 5:30 and 8 o'clock both Friday and Saturday nights. Tickets are $1.75 at the door and include your pair of 3D glasses.
Try not to miss any of the exciting action here at CINEKYD. Well, it's just about that time. I'd like to invite you to join us again next week, same time, same station, for more excitement from Willow Grove. Until then, this is Bob Clark saying good night and God bless.